You got that? Dave, New York?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
All right,
Fine,
how are you?
How are you?
Good. I wanted to talk about the purpose of the show. I've only caught it a few times, but, I think that if y'all have made the choice to not believe in God, I mean, what's the point of having the show? Because y'all often say that, you invite theist callers to call in and y'all are going to have respectful debates with them, but yet a lot of the time y'all just make fun of the callers and curse at them.
Did you hear the last call?
That one was just, a respectable one, but, more than often y'all have some pretty negative interactions with these
Well,
people.
those are the kinds of calls we shoot for, but sometimes people come at us not in the most respectful tone, and I think,
People tend to give as good as they get here. So if someone calls and they're respectful and they're, genuinely asking a question, they tend to be treated with more respect versus somebody that, that comes in, accusing us of being murderers or mischaracterizing our beliefs or something like that.
Right, but also, first and foremost, the purpose of the show is outreach, and that's not necessarily to the Christians that we have unpleasant calls with, but to atheism is a very minority position, especially in the United States, but even in other countries where they brag about being really secular, a lot of people just politely keep quiet about it and don't discuss it. And I think that by being on the air, we provide a forum and also encouragement to people who may be living somewhere where they're surrounded by people who don't share their point of view.
Yeah. And one of the primary purposes of this show is education. And with that in mind, I'd like to address something that you said initially when you started this conversation, and that was that we choose to not believe in a God. Okay, belief is not a choice. Okay, if you believe in a God, it's because you're convinced that that God exists. Okay, it's not a choice that you made. Someone convinced you, or you were convinced by something. Someone presented something to you that convinced you that this God exists. Okay, I don't believe because I have not been convinced. And in fact, the evidence that I've seen convinces me that your God does not exist. So hopefully that clarifies a little bit about atheism and the nature of belief for you.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Hear us?
It's my belief that, I think y'all should just focus your energy on, instead of on the blogs cutting down others' beliefs and focus them on stuff that helps, better life and stuff like that.
Do you read our blog?
Yeah.
I do, and I see tons of stuff where y'all just cut down people that call in every week.
On the blog?
Yeah.
Sometimes I will follow up a call by, I don't know if you saw the blog last week, but a guy called in, actually this is a good time to bring this up, because somebody called in saying that Dan Barker, when he was a Christian, used faith healing to heal someone who was mute. And it turned out the guy just had a sore throat for the evening and couldn't sing. And then after Dan Barker said, "You're healed," suddenly he felt like he could go and sing again.
Yeah.
Not a miracle. And, I brought that up. And I also brought it up in email to the caller. And he said, "Oh, I didn't realize that." So, it's not necessarily attacking someone to call them out. But I do recognize that sometimes our commenters can get a little rowdy.
Yeah, I saw one that you did once where I think it was the faith caller, and someone was like, "Let's play a game, point at this, and does it have a creator?" And you kind of chimed in, chuckling. So,
Okay.
It's supported by all people of the show.
Right. Well,
Okay.
we have our own opinions.